Well, South Sudan's government says it is integrating into the community refugees and its nationals who previously lived in Sudan but are now back in the country. The UN says South Sudan hosts refugees and asylum seekers mainly from Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo. CGTN's Patrick Oyet tells us more.
Akwai Deng is South Sudanese but was born and raised in Sudan. The mother of two fled Sudan when violence broke out in Khartoum last year. She now runs a car wash business in South Sudan's capital, Juba.
This is the first time in my life to come to Juba. I have found things here totally different from what I was used to in Sudan. No one is there to help you. No one is there to give you anything. If you want to get bread for your children, you must work for it. That's why I started this business.
The United Nations says more than 500,000 South Sudanese who previously lived in Sudan are now in South Sudan. South Sudan hosts some 330,000 refugees and asylum seekers. However, aid agencies say refugees are facing hunger in South Sudan as humanitarian funding dries up, food rations are squeezed, and the cost of food soars.
We are requesting for organization and all other organizations who can help us because this refugee's life is not even. We are suffering, and no one wants to be a refugee. But through what we are fighting, we are forced to live such life.
The UN's World Food Programme provides food rations and cash to refugees and South Sudanese returnees fleeing. However, it says recent funding shortfall means refugees seeking safety in South Sudan only receive half of what is considered a full food ration. South Sudan has more than 2 million internally displaced persons due to conflict, insecurity, and the impact of climate change. The displaced people also depend on food aid. Across the border in Sudan, the fighting which broke out in April last year has fueled one of the world's most severe humanitarian crises and shows no signs of abating. South Sudan's government says it is doing all it can to assist those fleeing the violence.
They are included because they enter into the normal schools. They're not segregated against. They use the same health service, which is not the case in many other countries. Despite the fact that we have challenges, actually, we have done better than most countries who actually have resources. So we have been integrating them. We have been, they're allowed to travel and move freely in the country and choose where to go and live.
For returnees like Akwai Deng, their hope is that South Sudan's government will bring a lasting peace in the country as they settle down. Patrick Oyet, CGTN, Juba, South Sudan.